Welcome to ISTV English News. This is Panorama giving you the news. Let's see the headlines. Well, homecoming ceremony of 56 insurgents was held at First MR. 1 killed, 5 injured in bomb blast at MG Avenue. News in detail. Well, former leaders and cadres of different groups of insurgent outfits were officially giving up arms and surrendering to the state government during a homecoming ceremony held at the banquet hall of 1st Battalion Manipur Rifles. A powerful bomb exploded on MG Avenue, killing 1 person and injuring 5 others. 1 non-Manipuri died and 5 others, including 1 Meitei, were injured in the blast that happened right in the heart of Imphal city under the jurisdiction of City Police Station. The blast occurred near a shop in front of Hotel Galot on MG Avenue at about 11 a.m. today. The shop reportedly sells bitter lips. The deceased has been identified as Naresh Saha, 30, from Bihar, at present staying at Pauna Bazaar. The injured persons are Vikas, 15, Sitambara Sundar, 48, Sanjoy, 16, Zoilal Saha, 40, all from Bihar, and Laisangthem Jila, 48, son of Gobordhon of Thoba Laisangthem. Among the injured, Joylal Saha has lost his both legs. As soon as the news of the blast was received, IG LNO1 Clay Khongsai, SP Imphal West and other top police officials rushed to the spot. The injured persons were taken to RIMS Hospital for treatment. Chief Minister Okram Ibobi, Deputy Chief Minister Gai Khangam, MLA Dr. N.G. Bijoy, Principal Secretary Home Dr. Suresh Babu, DGP Sahid Ahmed visited RIMS Hospital and inspected the condition of the injured persons. Condemning the bomb blast in the strongest term, Chief Minister Oibobi said such cowardly action will not bring anything good. Such incident should not be repeated. The state government will extend all possible help to the families of the victims, he said.
Isam jamba innocent praja singse masi deida sigumba yamna bangdaba haibtare cowardly ekni masida maran lejadaba singsi halaga moi kari pandamno phangaduribsi moina karino purakaduribsi aduna koi lairiba states de leba praja section khudimangna masi strongest tamda masi condemn tawgadabani sigum masina kariguma solution amta mi innocent praja sing kwamana yonjaraga siribasi masa ani masu lei hai ara si hatoga karino lakadaba solution karino purakadabse adu masi tawbiganu haidana barabar appeal tawbani sigumba yamna heinous crime haidare yamna cowardly action masina koida karigumba ahongba amta kaimda puro.
Deputy Chief Minister Gai Khangam said such incident which causes only death and destruction must be condemned by all people. He appealed to all concerned not to cause such incident ever again in future.
I think because we had the homecoming ceremony this morning. Most probably that incident might be just to show the discontentment with the peace process that had been taken place this morning in banquet hall of First Manipur Rifles campus. So I think there is no room, in fact, for violence. If there is anything that we want to say or express or something, if anybody wants, then we can do it in democratic ways. There are lots of alternative means of expressing the ideas. So I think killing will not bring anything good. It harms everybody.
Former chairman of Pripak, A. Nabachandra, and former finance secretary Chinglen, along with KCP KK Nganba Group, NKCP Nongdren Khomba Group today officially gave up arms, surrendered and signed a memorandum of understanding with the state government at a homecoming ceremony held at the banquet hall of 1st Battalion Manipur Rifles. In all, 56 cadres of the groups surrendered to the state government. Chief Minister Okram Ibobi, Deputy Chief Minister Gai Khangam, MLA Dr. N.G. Bijoy, Chief Secretary P.C. Lamkunga, Principal Secretary Home Dr. J. Suresh Babu, DGP Sahid Ahmed and many other top civil and police officials attended the homecoming ceremony. Former Chairman of PRIPAC, who has been declared as a traitor by the outfit A. Nabachandra, former Finance Secretary Chinglin, 35 cadres of KCP KK Nganba Group, 30 assorted arms brought by them, 19 cadres of KCP Nongdren Khomba Group, 16 assorted arms brought by them, took part in the surrender ceremony. Principal Secretary Suresh Babu said the state and the union governments welcome those ex-insurgents who have returned to the mainstream. They will be provided designated camps as soon as possible, and 1 lakh rupees will be deposited with the bank for each one of them. Monthly allowance of 4,000 rupees will be given to them. Further opportunities will also be made available to them. Chairman of KCP KK Nganba, Chongtham Manglem Jao, alias KK Nganba, said since the trust people used to keep in them was losing, this step was being taken to restore the people's trust. It is believed that the government would extend all possible help, Manglem Jao said. Former Chairman of PRIPAC A. Nabachandra said, instead of waiting for benefits to be doled out by the government only, we have to work for a better tomorrow. People have been losing faith in the insurgents as they think of self only and make groups for selfish gains, he said. Chief Minister Oibobi said the government welcomes the rebels who have returned to the mainstream. Though the state government had removed APSPA from the 7 assembly segments, incidents of violence are happening. The centre has asked questions as to why the APSPA had been removed, he said.
Any problem si pami masina state government gi parlido lerigana koi sinsoi choina mayang ko family lergo wari sarga masina di India government gi permission lawu da ka wai haigana singdo mayang puna maksin si family narga koi gi energy puna maksin si som da thadaraga koi gi tungi koi puna maki tungda horiga sanau si mayang puna maksin se masigi tungi future se Deputy
Chief Minister Gai Khangam said, even though there are matters of discontent, things can be solved through dialogue.
Leadership is a day with Pam with Bisham with in a get up from the leadership lies in the integrity. Pidam ningai mi ba thasabaya mandi conviction ado leadership oil me manamana koi positive koi punama bhappa minnatana ekoi punama wari atai sadana samsena uchen singna hanana koi manura changdana koi Imali Baki the Damutani had a Katoki, otherwise, Doctor was it an instant joint or Matunus, Imari Baki the Doctor, Imari, the Bakale, Persasing, the Katopanai, Chen Prison Manana, Unintinda,
Now the national and international news. The police in Sydney launched counter-terror protocol as an armed man held several people hostage inside a popular cafe on Monday morning and forced some of them to hold up a black flag with white Arabic writings against the window, sparkling a security lockdown in the heart of Australia's commercial capital. The gunman has allegedly warned that 4 bombs have been planted around the city. The police said at least one armed offender is holding hostages at the Lindt Chocolate Cafe in Martin Place, a major shopping and pedestrian thoroughfare in the central business district of the city. An Indian IT professional is believed to be among some 30 people trapped in the cafe. Terrified customers were seen in the morning pressed against a window holding a flag with writing that appeared to be the Shahada, or profession of faith in Islam, and said, "There is no God but Allah. Muhammad is the messenger of Allah." Police negotiators are in contact with the gunman, described as a man in his late 40s to 50s wearing a black and white bandana. Reports suggest that armed offender has demanded to speak to Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott and an Islamic State flag. Around 6 hours after the crisis erupted, 5 people, including 2 women, were seen running out of the building. Major landmarks, including the Sydney Opera House, were evacuated as the crisis broke out. Banks have shut down their offices. The Prime Minister held a meeting of the Cabinet's National Security Committee and later said it was shocking that innocent people were being held hostage by a person claiming political motivation. The US has evacuated its Sydney consulate located near the cafe and issued an emergency warning to its citizens. The Indian consulate, about 400 meters from the cafe, has also closed down. The hostage crisis unfolded just as the police announced a man had been arrested in Sydney on alleged terrorism offences as part of ongoing investigations into plans for an attack on Australian soil. Education Minister Smriti Irani has denied the newspaper report that CBSE schools might have to remain open on Christmas Day. Deliberate mischief by our reporter in the front page today. All schools closed for Xmas. Essay competition only online, the minister tweeted to the newspaper's handle this morning. The report this morning in the National Daily said that the Union Home Resource Development Ministry's plans to celebrate the birthday of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee as Good Governance Day on December 25th could include getting the students to school to participate in the essay competition and other activities. Ms. Irani is part of a committee of the top BJP leaders that includes other ministers like J.P. Nadda, formed to plan a tribute on December 25th to Mr. Vajpayee, one of India's most respected statesmen who will turn 90 this year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had earlier this month told his party, the BJP's lawmakers, that December 25th would be celebrated as Good Governance Day to honor Mr. Vajpayee on his birthday. The face-off between the Trinamool Congress and Bharatiya Janata Party has intensified after the arrest of West Bengal Transport Minister Madan Mitra over the multi-crore Sarada chit fund scam. Draped in black shawls, TMC MPs on Monday staged a protest outside Parliament, accusing the centre of misusing Central Bureau of Investigations. Similar protests were witnessed both the Houses of Parliament, with the government hitting back at the TMC, saying there was no question of the centre carrying its political vendetta. TMC MP Derek O'Brien said in Rajya Sabha, the president of BJP is writing scripts for CBI. The agency is being used for political vendetta. Some of the MPs also displayed photographs of Sahara Group Chief Subrata Roy shaking hands with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Trinamool has alleged that a diary detailing financial transactions recovered from Roy had the name of BJP President Amit Shah. But BJP had dismissed the allegation. TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee said, why has no investigation carried out against Prime Minister Modi? Picture shows he is close to Subrata Roy. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley hit back at TMC saying, there is no question of government or anybody being involved in what the CBI is doing. As far as the case is considered, it is monitored by the Supreme Court and there is no question for government to interfere. The TMC is expected to carry out a rally in Kolkata today, soon after CBI arrested State Sports and Transport Minister Madan Mitra on Friday evening in the Sarada camp. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee had slammed the ruling BJP at the centre, Prime Minister Modi and Saha, saying the arrest was a conspiracy to destroy democracy in the country. Netra, the lightweight UAV fitted with night vision cameras, will be used by Delhi police to patrol the streets of the national capital. The device has already been used by security agencies like BSF, CRPF for counter-insurgency activities, while NDRF used it to search for survivors during the Uttarakhand flash floods that took place in 2013. The UAV jointly developed by the Defence Research and Development Organisation (DRDO) and Idea Force, a Mumbai-based private firm, had also appeared in the Amir Khan starrer Three Idiots. We would in all probability use Netra. We have asked its developers to tweak a few things as per our needs, said senior police officials. The model currently available is quite costly as it has caliber and armor which we don't need here in urban landscape. Secondly, wind shear and all-weather IBM tough paint are not exactly our requirement. So if this can be dropped and cost comes down, it would suit our needs, he added. Delhi police is soon going to use these drones to patrol dark stretches and crime-prone areas. The project will be launched in North District area by next month. Incidentally, the Uber rape case took place in the same area last Friday. The Delhi High Court today extended the stay on the trial court order summoning Congress President Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and 3 others in the National Herald case till the final disposal of their appeals against their summons. Justice B.P. Bais extended the interim order after lawyers appearing for the Gandhis and other short adjournment in the matter. The Delhi High Court has refused to prohibit astrology-based shows on television, while saying it was not in its domain to prescribe what the programming court should be. A division bench of Chief Justice G. Rohini and Justice R.S. Entlo, which was hearing a petition filed by NGO Sailo Kalyan Sasta, said since there was already a regulatory mechanism in place, thus any direction in this regard is not required. President Barack Obama today said US-Japan alliance is the cornerstone of peace and prosperity in the Asia-Pacific region as he congratulated Shinzo Abe on being re-elected for a third term as the Prime Minister of Japan. On behalf of the President and people of the United States, we congratulate Prime Minister Abe on the Liberal Democratic Party's success in the elections in Japan today, Obama said. Well, that's all we have for now, but before we wind up, let's have a quick look at the headlines once more. Well, homecoming ceremony of 56 insurgents was held at 1st MR. 1 killed, 5 injured in bomb blast at MG Avenue. Thank you for watching our news, and for more updates, please stay tuned.